What's up, Lego fam? I'm Justin, and you're watching Good Life Bricks. Today, we're going to take a look at Lego Star Wars set 7153, Jango Fett's Slave One. Now, this is the starship of Jango Fett that later became Boba Fett's Starship. It was released April 23rd of 2002, and it retired December 31st of 2003. It has 369 pieces. 2 minifigures, both are unique to this set. It launched at $50, and today it's worth a whopping $900 in new in box. And in this condition, it's still worth $363. So this is a great value. It's hard to find for a good price. Certainly it's hard to find new in box for a good price. So I'm very fortunate to have had this one since it was out on the shelves back in April of 2002. And both minifigures are in really nice condition. So I've had this a long time. It's been in storage, and I just rebuilt it, and I filmed the build, so I'll make a speed build video as well. So keep your eyes open for that. It will follow this video by one business day. So if this video comes out on a Friday, it'll follow on Monday. Otherwise, it'll be the day after this video releases. If you enjoy the video, do me a favor, hit that like button, and please don't forget to subscribe, because those help me a lot. And leave me any comments that you have about what you see today. Anything that you see about this set, or any questions that you might have. Now, the reason I'm doing this video now is because we know now that there will be at least one Jango Fett Starship coming out later this year. Either there may be two. Rumors are that there's going to be a UCS version of this, as well as potentially a play scale. So we'll have to see. But I thought it'd be good to have this one and have it ready to do some comparisons. Plus, it's just a really cool ship. So let's go ahead and take a look. So you're looking at Lego Star Wars set 7153, Jango Fett's Slave One. This set appeared in Attack of the Clones, Star Wars Episode 2, and it made quite a splash. People really liked it, and then we find out that it later becomes Boba Fett's ship and looked quite a bit different. So I just think this is a nice looking ship. And when you compare it to Boba Fett's Slave One from 2000, this is a pretty big upgrade. They did a lot of things better to make this ship even cooler than its predecessor. So I think there's some really good things about this, and there's a couple of things that aren't so great. I'll give you a couple examples. The tail guns are on tracks, so they click into position, and so they have kind of a home position. That's really nice. They've got a little storage on this for Jango's guns, and so that's really nice. They don't have a door on that tail area, so which is, I think maybe it's okay. You can see inside, and I think part of that is because there are these rocket launchers that swivel out, and you might have to be able to reach in there and grab them that way. So that might be why it's not there. That is a little bit of a bummer to me. I wish that they had had that closure. The other thing is, when you move this ship into flight position, the wings automatically rotate, which means the cockpit inside rotates, and we'll get into that a little bit. But notice that the wings don't really go flat. So, you know, little gripes maybe here and there, but I think for the most part this is really nice. Now, it's a 2002 Lego. It's not super durable. You know, even as I was putting it together, you know, there were parts of it that were hard to get in place or get to stay. But there are just little cool features about this that are really neat. They use these little like saloon doors, these little bar room doors, to finish off this wing well. And I thought that was cool. They use 4 of them, 2 on each wing, to make the wing look a little bit more finished, to give it a little more structure. This cockpit is huge, and you can clearly see inside. And look at all of the kind of computer monitor areas, right? The control panel is up behind Jango. They put printed bricks on either side and under his arms. So that's cool, and there's enough room on the platform for Boba to have a spot there too. So that's pretty neat. Here on the side, these open, and they've got, you know, things inside for you to be able to see, which is again nice. Another storage compartment there. And then the one other thing that's kind of cool is that when you lift this up, and if you push this down, or I guess raise it up, all these bombs drop out. They're just these clear kind of headpieces. That's kind of a cool little feature. That's not something that we saw in any of the previous versions. There were only supposed to be 3, but I had extra, so I really loaded it up. So anyway, it's just things like that. You know, there's some really good, there's some not so great, but all in all, it's a nice model, and it's a good looking ship. And this cockpit pane here is phenomenal. I love the way they built up this exterior hull piece. I like the colors that they use, this dark blue and sand green, and then with black here, and a bunch of printed pieces, which is really nice. I like the way they did the wings, and I like the mechanism itself. And again, I'll show you that in just a second when the camera's backed out just a little bit. It's a nice looking ship. So let's take a look at the minifigures and then a little bit more about the ship. So there were 2 minifigures included with this set. The first is young Boba Fett. So what they did was they gave him the little small legs. And of course, this is back in the days of the yellow skin tones. So you've got the yellow hands and the yellow face. And then they gave him slightly long hair and his the blue outfit that he was wearing in Attack of the Clones. There's no back printing. There's a little torso printing, no leg printing, and just a little bit of face printing. Little angry face, no second face, and that's it. Very simple, nice looking minifigure from 2002. Then the big show here is the Jango Fett. This is the original Jango Fett from 2002. Now this is very much like the Boba Fett of that time. The jetpack and the helmet all go together. You notice as you look closely, you only see a black head here, but his face print is on the other side. I just don't want the yellow and the eyes and the mouth and all that showing through. So I just turn his head around. But he does have a face print. He's wearing a balaclava here, and you see he's got a little microphone that comes down in front of his mouth. So pretty cool, very valuable minifigure, nice looking minifigure. And I'm really excited to see what they do in 2025 when they release the new sets, what kind of minifigure we get. A lot of my Lego passion comes from building the sets, but also from the minifigures. I really, really like sets that have great minifigures. And so I'm hopeful that we'll see a very nice Starship and some very cool minifigures. So let's take a closer look at the ship and see what it can do. So I've got Boba and Jango back inside, and the first thing I wanted to show you was as you pick this up in a flying position, note that now you're looking at Jango because the cockpit rotated. I don't know how well you can see that, but as the wings move, it rotates, and it does that based just on weight and gravity. So as you pick it up, it rotates. I like that. I think that's really cool. And it seems to work pretty well. It doesn't always work setting it back down, but it does well enough. Again, these guns articulate, which I think is a nice move. And you've got storage throughout, and you've got access to the bombs here. But as we look at this ship, I think they just did a very nice job with the color and with little details and some consistency. You know, the black, the way they did this with this, I talked about it earlier, but with this piece that angles down, and then they put these printed yellow pieces here. The printed pieces, again, throughout the cockpit, here, there's 2 here, and then another one there. So a total of 5 printed pieces. That's pretty great. And it gives the cockpit a lot of detail, which, to be honest, from a set back in 2002, I wouldn't have expected that at all. I don't even always expect that of some of the great sets from today, unless they're UCS or unless there's something about the cockpit that really stands out in the source material. So I think this was really well done. As we move this up, it also has a magnetic box. So there's a magnet here and a magnet inside. So this box can open and you can store stuff in it or what have you. I would guess, as a bounty hunter, that this is part of his storage of whatever individual he's collecting a bounty on. So I don't know that for sure, but then this door opens, and I showed you earlier there's those seismic bombs that are in there, and so again, a lot of spaces for you to look in and just see different things, and it's pretty cool. Storage in this box here as well. So that's the ship. I think it's really nice looking vehicle. Probably my one gripe is these wings. I want them to lay flat, and it doesn't seem to matter what I do. They just don't lay flat. So that bugs me a little bit, probably more than a little bit. But what I probably need to do is just mount it in its flying position, and then it'll never bother me again. That's the 2002 LEGO Star Wars Set 7153 Jango Fett's Slave 1. So there you have it, LEGO Star Wars Set 7153 Jango Fett's Slave 1 from 2002. It's a nice looking ship. It's got some pretty cool play features on it. It's it's a great build, especially for 2002. I think it's a good build for today. The wings are the only thing that really bugs me. I probably should reiterate that. The wings not laying flat does bother me a little bit. Probably the thing that would bug me the most, though, is the durability, because this is your typical kind of 2002 set, and there are, you know, if I put any pressure, you know, that type of thing, it'll fall apart. So the solution for that is display it and don't play with it. And I don't know if that works for everybody, but it works for me. So I really appreciate you being here. I'm excited about looking at a 2025 version of this, or maybe even a UCS version of this later this year. And I hope you'll join me for that. And when we do that, I'll bring this back out and we'll do some comparisons. I'm going to display this over with the Rebel Blockade Runner, the Tanit 4 from 2001. I don't remember building it, which is kind of funny. I said that in my build video. I have no recollection until I got to the wings and when they weren't laying flat. And I recall that bothering me then too. But anyway, thanks for being here. Thank you for supporting me and for watching my videos. Please do me a favor and like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe with this subscribe circle here if you haven't already. And leave me comments, questions, or just observations. I'll take any feedback you have or answer any questions that you might have. I respond to every comment that I get, and I will continue to as long as I'm able. Thank you for being here. I'll talk to you soon.